Welcome back, colleagues, and please be seated. Can I remind members of the need to respect each other? I will continue to chair these meetings further and to show impartiality. Members of the public are welcome at this meeting, but should be aware that they should not interrupt the proceedings. The rules of conduct for the meeting have been circulated in advance. The meeting and copies have been placed on your desk. Can I please request that any member who is leaving the meeting before the end, please remove and return their electric voting cards to Christine before leaving the chamber. We will now move to the formal business of the meeting. Minutes of the meeting held on the 18th of April 2019. I will move the acceptance of the minutes of the meeting as a correct record. Leader, do you wish to second the minutes?
Second.
Can I put the minutes to the vote? All those in favour of accepting the minute, please show. Against? Thank you. Mayor's announcements. Resignation of Leader of the Council, Councillor P.R.C. Smith. May I place on record the service of the Leader of the Council, Councillor Peter Smith, Lord Smith of Leith. Councillor Smith has served the community with commitment, determination and distinction for 40 years. He was elected to Wigan Metropolitan Borough Council in 1978 and has served on most of the committees in an ex-officio capacity, and was chairman of the Finance Committee from 1982 to 1991. Councillor Smith then became the leader of the council and subsequently the executive leader of the cabinet in 2000. He was a former member of the Wigan Borough Partnership, driving forward economic development with the private sector. Another proud moment for Councillor Smith was that in June 1999, he was created a life peer with the title Lord Smith of Leith. In Parliament, he takes particular interest in local government, health and transport matters, as well as raising the profile of the borough. And he will continue to hold the health and portfolio in Greater Manchester, which he was appointed into in 2015. Councillor Smith pursues local government issues at a national level, as well at regional and sub-regional levels. He was appointed by the Local Government Association as a trustee of the Leadership Centre, the local government, and has been appointed chair since March 2010. Councillor Smith was chairman of North West Region Assembly 1999-2000 and was appointed as the first chairman of the English Regional Network in 2005. He was appointed as chair of the executive board of the North West Region Association. In June 2000, he was elected chairman of the Association of Greater Manchester Authorities, and as collaboration between the City Region Group, he became chair of the executive board. He was a director of Manchester PLC from 1986 to 2010 and is a past chairman. As leader, Councillor Smith has been the determined driving force behind the success of Wigan Council Wigan has a well-recognised national reputation for innovation and creativity amongst other councils, being one of the best performing councils in the country. I now invite other members of the council to pay tribute to Councillor Peter Smith, Lord Smith of Leigh. Councillor Reader.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you for allowing me to speak, and congratulations on your office. Firstly, I mean, you've read out all the accolades for Peter, so I'm not going to repeat them, because one thing that Peter is, he's not a man for small talk, and anybody who goes to Peter's office will know that. You've got to say what you've gone to do and do it, and that's the way it is. I think I've served on the cabinet since 2004 with Peter. And I think since the austerity measures came in 2010, and you've heard me mention this many times in this chamber, that I took the community portfolio over when that came in, and Peter took that risk of kind of saying we're going to invest in communities, we're going to do that, and this year we'll have put 10 million in communities, and I think that's a massive legacy for Peter, what's happening in this borough and how communities have developed. And I just want to kind of, people have heard that many times, and I think it's that risk factor that Peter took with that, because I didn't question it, I'm not that brave, I didn't question it. But I thought, are we doing the right track here? We're improved to do that way. Over the last 15 months, maybe longer, we did 19 Have sessions out in the community with the chief and the leader and myself. And if you think about going out into the community, whether it be Abberton, Aspel, wherever it be, on a Tuesday night, sometimes it was snowing, sometimes it was raining, and having a room full of people. And if you can imagine public meetings, people when you go to public meetings, sometimes with councillors got up and raise the issues. And we weren't afraid of that, because Peter stood there and said, look, we're changing the way we work, and we're working in a different way. If we've got it wrong, we'll hold our hands up, but we're open and transparent on this. And I think what we gained out of that were lots of friends, lots of relationships with people. We had lots of laughs along the way. We got some grief as well, and we got some people having a pop with us, but that's all part and parcel of it. And I think that really taught us a lot over them periods. And for the leader to go out there all the evenings with myself and actually face a bashing, I think was brave, but also was a credit to what we were trying to achieve. What I really want to say finally, I'm not going to go into lots of other things that people have said about it. A personal thanks from me. When I came on the cabinet in 2004, a few years later, I had some kind of real personal tragedies and illnesses in the family. I don't want to go into that. And I think with Peter and David's support, I don't think I'd have got through those days, being quite honest. They were really dark days for me. People know the history of everything that went on there. And without that support, I could have crumbled, but I knew I could rely on these guys who actually was there. And I feel really emotional about that, because you don't often talk about that, but actually, you knew who your friends was when you come to that point in life. You know who your friends are and who you can rely on. And they stood by me, supported me, and I got through that time. But not only that, Peter's wife, Joy, was an absolutely, it was unbelievable. Joy used to come to our house, we used to help with things, help my wife and stuff like that. So I can't really thank people, Peter and Joy and David, for the things that they did for me then. I don't think I would have been here today. I definitely wouldn't have been serving on the council, because I don't think I could have coped with it. They helped me through them times. And I think that's one side in this chamber that people don't see of Peter, is that human side and that helpful side, what he does for people. And I know he's done it for many other people as well, and he does it in a quiet way, but actually a directive way and a real helpful way to me. So Peter, I'd like to really say thank you for what you did for me. I really mean that sincerely. I don't think I would have been here and do that, so thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Councillor Nigel Winston, then.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. And as leader of the largest opposition group, I would like to pay tribute to Peter Smith for everything that he's done for the borough. Putting politics to one side, I've enjoyed our political knockabout over the years, and I think what sometimes people misunderstand is that this is a theatre. This is a theatre. Yes, we will have our political differences, we will put our points of view across, We will vote on whatever the issue is. And at the end of that, we leave that where it is, and then we go outside, we have a drink, and whatever we do. But I think sometimes people misunderstand. And people misunderstand the fact that just because you can have friends outside this council chamber across that political divide, that isn't a sign of weakness from opposition. That's actually generally good manners and actually the way that we should treat one another, just generally speaking. So, personally, I would like to thank Peter for the way, ever since I came onto this council in 2000, when we was doing the members' induction, and he took me to one side, because obviously there was only me on my own at that particular point, and he didn't need to do that as leader of 68 councillors or whatever there was then, all Labour. He didn't need to do that, but he did do that when I first got elected, and just sat me down and had a quick chat. And ever since then, whatever our differences have been, as I mentioned before, he's always been extremely professional, always courteous. Whenever I've gone to him with a proposal or something, he's always listened. Sometimes he's done it, sometimes he hasn't, but that's life. You don't always get everything that you want. And I'd also like to thank him for the personal support he gave me during my mayoral year, and also allowing me to become the first opposition councillor to chair the audit committee as well. And again, that was a brave step, because again, didn't necessarily have to do that, but actually offered that to the largest opposition group at that particular point to allow us to do that. And I think that committee did some good work, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. And privately as well, Peter has supported me when I've gone through some bereavements as well. And again, to echo what Councillor Reid said, people don't see that side of Peter. I've got a tremendous amount of respect for him and joy, and I know he's keeping on with the health portfolio, and I'm sure he will drive that forward in his own inimitable way. But I think you can't underestimate doing a job for 27 years. He's had enough. But leading this council and also keeping the group together for so long, and you've had some peaks and troughs during those 27 years. We was only a few seats off losing overall control as well. People sometimes forget that when we have the all-out elections. But I think it's testament to the type of person that he is, who's been able to keep that together for so long. And I think having someone in the House of Lords as well, you can't actually underestimate how important that is. Having someone at London, whether you're dealing with people in government that you obviously had from 97 up until 2010, you've got access to ministers, and even when you're in opposition, we're in government, you've still got access to those ministers in the House of Lords and in the House of Commons as well. And I've seen lots of leaders of councils come and go over that particular period, and I've looked at some of those council leaders and I've thought, I'm glad we've actually, sneakily I thought, I'm glad we've not actually got any of those leading our council, if I'm being bluntly honest. So I also wish Councillor Montague every success in his new role, once we vote on it in a minute, but I just wanted to make my personal tribute to Peter and for everything that he's done, both personally and for the borough as well. Thank you.
Councillor Fred Walker. I apologise. Councillor Keith Conley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and congratulations on your appointment as Mayor of this borough for the next 12 months. Hope you have a good year and enjoy it. I hope Parliament manages to survive. So, thank you. I think Peter's achievements are unequalled. Unequalled in this borough, but unequalled nationally as well. Not just the length of time that he's actually served as leader of this council, but the breadth of his achievements as well. I don't think anybody nationally will ever achieve what Peter Smith achieved in local government. Of course, Peter, 40 years on the council. I'm still on the council, of course. This is not an epitaph. He's still here. Will still be contributing to the council. But I just think since the early days as chair of finance, we went through poll tax capping, and we did that. And we thought it was terrible at the time. But actually in 2010, when austerity kicked in, and what we've been through over the last number of years, we were attempting to make £160 million worth of savings is nothing compared to what poll tax capping is. And And the IFS, the Institute of Fiscal Studies, at the time austerity started, indicated that Wigan was the third worst affected borough in the country. And yet here we are, we've been led through this by Peter to be actually one of the best performing councils in the country. And wherever you go, in local government circles, everybody talks about Wigan and what it's achieved. And that's down to Peter and his leadership over this period of time. And when you think of all these other achievements, when Greater Manchester Council was abolished, back in the Thatcher years, Peter was instrumental in getting the Association of Greater Manchester Authorities together, and 10 authorities across Greater Manchester, working in partnership over 30 years now. And that was down to Peter and his abilities and his skills in getting that together. Not all Labour councils, you know, councils run by other groups as well, but actually achieving that was the forerunner to devolution. And of course, Peter was heavily involved in the development of the devolution deal. Now, some people talk about, you know, devolution is just putting cost savings onto local authorities. But actually, the austerity was there anyway. What devolution was about is, are the decisions about what we do in Greater Manchester made in Westminster, in London, by civil servants, or are they made by people in Greater Manchester? And that deal, that historic deal, was a huge achievement. And one thing I'm extremely happy about is that Peter will be carrying on chairing the Greater Manchester Health and Social Care Partnership. Because one of the historic things about the devolution deal was we are the only region, the only area in the country to have health and social care involved in it. And that provides a real opportunity to shape something different. And I think Peter is probably, with his knowledge, his skills, his experience over the years, he's probably the best person, if not the only person in Greater Manchester, to actually drive that process through for health and social care devolution. Who else but Peter, with his skills and his knowledge and his experience of all these 14 years in local government, his membership of the House of Lords, his involvement in local government for all those years, who else could manage to get 10 local authorities, 12 clinical commissioning groups, and 15 NHS providers to actually move forward as one? It's a bit like herding cats, but if anybody can do it, Peter can do it. And I think, at the end of the day, this isn't his epitaph was carrying on, he's pleased as carrying on. I think his legacy when he does finish with politics would be what he achieves through health and social care in Greater Manchester. Because not only is he the best man for it, I think he's the only man for it in Greater Manchester. And so, Peter's chosen to stand down as leader of his council, but not to stand down in terms of his involvement in local government and public life, but through the Health and Care Partnership, his role in the House of Lords. He's chosen to pass the baton on. And as Michael said, in the minute or two will be electing a new leader. And I think by passing that baton on to David, who's been his deputy for a number of years, we know that the council is going to be in safe hands. That David has the skills and has access to Peter for advice and support during this period. But it's not the end, it's a different, we're just moving into a different phase. And so I think this borough owes a debt of gratitude, and this council owes a debt of gratitude for the achievements of Peter Smith over over a quarter of a century, and in fact over 40 years, nearly half a century, to this borough, dedication to this borough, and his achievements will never ever be equal. Thank you.
Councillor Fred Walker.
I suppose I'm the father of the council nowadays, aren't I? I think I'm the only one left that was here when we started. But I go back to when Peter and I were considered two of the young guns along with Teddy Wynne and Neil Turner. And Bernard Cole had a problem because he had these fiery people who wanted to move women on, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do with us. He didn't really want to give us big jobs because we might turn over. So he created this little group, and we used to go to Hay Hall and discuss some of the big policy issues. And it was quite fascinating how it worked and how we were able to take a view on some of the big issues. And it's probably only because I used to be in a very unsafe seat and got knocked off a couple of times, never for more than about 9 months, because I always came back on a by-election or something. But so Peter got the vice chair of finance because I'd been vice chair of finance under Tom Isherwood, and you took over from me when I got knocked off. And it's just the way that politics works sometimes. But that quality, when Peter took over, first of all when Bernard went, it was such a right move and it was such a logical move. But it was interesting that very shortly afterwards, you looked at Greater Manchester, and who was chairing everything in Greater Manchester? It was Steve Murphy, chairman of police, Joe Clark, chairman of transport, myself, chairman of fire, and that, and it was the Wigan Mafia, and people didn't get why, but the bottom line was, it was this theme of Peter's. Peter's theme was put people first. It's great to make a nice name in politics, and sometimes you have to do the political posturing, but it was put the people first all the time. What works for us, not what's wonderful and gets loads of brownie points all around the country. It's what works for Wigan people, the residents of our borough. And he kept on dragging us back to that. And that's what made a difference. And that theme, we took some wrong decisions over the years. You think austerity started in 2000 or 2010, get real. We've had austerity for a lot of years because life's been like that. We've had some hard times. But, when we put the housing, we got rid of our housing and put it into an AMBO. It wasn't particularly popular at the time. It felt like we were privatising it somehow or doing something. But guess what? We got 160 million quid to improve our housing stock. And with some other money, we finished up with over 200 million quid to improve every one of our houses. That's why we're in the state we are today. But, if you'd been around then, we were a little, it didn't feel right, it wasn't right. Others followed, but in those early days, it was put Wiggins first, put our people first. So it's just that theme was followed all the way through. We've taken some decisions that weren't always easy. And those difficult decisions, I'm not going to go through now, but the world is that that's part of what life's about. And that's why, because we've always been the poor relation. We've been, a metropolitan area that doesn't have a big city. And so it never qualified for all the big goodies that floated around. But it's interesting that when Greater Manchester had a choice, right back in those early days, didn't choose Manchester, who was the natural leader for everything going. It chose Peter. It chose Peter because they could see what they were getting. And they weren't getting the showbiz. They were getting put those people first. So Peter, that's what's made it worthwhile for me to be on this council. And I've loved it all. Some of the ups and downs have sometimes broken my heart, but that's life as well. But thank you, Peter, for making it worthwhile. being a councillor for all these years. Well done.
Councillor David Mullineux.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Congratulations on your appointment. I know you do a wonderful job. I look forward to working with you over the next 12 months. When Fred first started off, I thought, I've got the time for Uncle Joe's meatballs. Now I know I have. Unfortunately, I didn't take the chance. But there'll be a lot of opportunities to speak about Peter, because Peter's not going anywhere. Peter's still a member of this council. Peter has a role to play. And we can all go through what's gone on over the last 27 years. But Peter's still here, and Peter has a job to do, and that job is something that's very important to us all in this room, and very important to all the people out there, not just in this borough, but across the Greater Manchester. And if I'm setting my stall out to be here for 27 years, if I'm appointed later on, I really hope he gets this health bit right, and we're all on the 91st birthday. We do get that right. I'm now attending the meetings as the interim leader with GM. Can I tell you something? You've had the best possible leader of all Greater Manchester representing you in these meetings for a number of years. I'm proud not just to call him a colleague, I'm proud to call him a friend. My family are proud to call him a friend. And everything that Chris Reedy touched on before has been an important part in my life as well, in my relationship with Peter. But please don't make this an epitaph for him. Eulogy, whatever it's called. A eulogy would be better, eulogy. But can I just say that Peter's been an excellent friend, will continue to be an excellent colleague, and we should be proud of the fact that he's going to lead us, certainly in GM, on the health road, because this is important to us all. And I thank Peter for taking that role on. Can I honestly say, the years that I've been his deputy leader have been absolutely educational to me in how we deal with things and how we deal with people. I too remember the days before Peter was leader. I remember the days of Bernard Coyle, still carrying the scars for that. As you were right, below a certain age, you weren't always welcome. And I remember the meetings at Hay Hall. And I also remember Fred going off and coming back. So in terms of continuity, I might just stop the edge on but certainly, along with myself, Steve Murphy, Fred, we remember those days before Peter was leader. Audrey sat at the back, she certainly remembers it. So the place has changed, because life is like that, things change. But a lot of the changes have been for the better, and a lot of that was done under Peter's leadership. So on behalf of you all, I'd like to say a big thank you for Peter, for leading us as he has over the last 27 years. Thank you.
Councillor James Grundy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As I think as many others have said, congratulations on your appointment. I know you've been very good at the run. I know you have relatively low, so Kath and I have been thinking of the next speech to come to, and I hope you'll enjoy them. With regards to Peter, I mean, it's hard to believe now, as I approach my 40th year this year, that Peter became leader of this council when I was 11 or 12 years old, and his wife was my school teacher. It kind of puts into perspective the length of almost geological time that has passed. I mean, Michael's alluded to this, but when I was a relatively newly elected councillor, I'd been invited to go to Andy Burnham's Veterans Lunch, and I went to that, and I realised, I was looking around the room, I didn't know anybody, and I was slightly intimidated, and all of a sudden Peter appeared. I mean, he'd obviously realised quite quickly, rather perceptive, to give you the credit, what was going on, and he said, "Come and sit with us." And he took me over to sit with members of the Labour group, and we had a very friendly chat. There was no politics, no sniping or backstabbing or anything like that. And I genuinely appreciated that, and I think it's worth making the point. And I certainly felt the same way in our interactions when I was leading the opposition, that he's not the ogre that he is sometimes being portrayed to be in certain quarters. And obviously it does help. School Lady Life, which was one of my school teachers, I remember very fondly indeed from school. And yes, it has been many years of public service that you've given. And back to Michael said, we may disagree in this chamber, and we honestly disagree in this chamber, but so much of it is theatre. And it's important to remember that just because we are opponents does not mean necessarily that we are enemies. And I will say, from one former group leader to another, there is life to leadership, although I recognise that the tradition, that the transition will be greater in magnitude for him than it was for me. And I look forward to seeing him around town and around the borough as he continues to serve the public role. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Councillor Billy Redman, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, for letting us speak. Congratulations on your great year. I'd just like to say, or pay tribute to Peter on a personal level. Several occasions in the time I've been a councillor, unfortunately, tragically, I lost my wife, and Peter was very, very supportive at the time, and obviously lived through things and whatever. I was fortunate enough to fall in love with one of the council officers, as I'm sure you all know. And there were some officer that took particular exception to the liaison or the relationship, whichever you want to say. Nevertheless, I sought some support, and certainly Peter was supported, and I have to say, Dominic did as well. So we're in an active, happy relationship, and I'm pleased about that. But on a personal level again, when I was married, as I'm sure you'll experience yourself, we were fortunate enough to be able to go to Angers, our twin town, and Peter Smith and his wife, and I'll stress with his wife, Joy, we've all said how good Peter is. You can't manage without the support of your loved ones anyway, and they were absolutely exceptional. I mean, I've been able to speak in English, as you know, because I'm Scousing. I mean, they got us through all the French nonsense and whatever. And it was really, really I don't want to upset anyone, but I'm sure you all understand what I'm saying. I'd just like to say, honestly, on a personal level, Peter's been so supportive. And even in recent times, I found the support so valuable that I just say thank you, Peter. You've done a hell of a job for all of us. Thank you very much.
Lord Smith, would you like to reply?
I'll try, Madam Mayor, it's quite a bit. Yes, first of all, obviously, congratulations to you as a ward colleague. I know how hard working and dedicated you are, and you'll be good, and I know what support Alan will be for it, so I'm sure you'll have a successful year. During the last few minutes, I've been pinching myself, and I am still online. But thanks for those kind words that people have said about me, and I do appreciate the sincerity which they said. Well, everything this council has done has always been a team effort. I might look like an ogre, I might have sometimes act like an ogre, but really it's working together with my fellow councillors, with officers and so on, that's made us achieve what we've done today, and I'm sure we'll continue to do that. One of the tasks I've had over the last few days, obviously, is to empty the office. Now, if you've had a job for 27 years, you know what it's like. This might come in. So you stick it at the bottom of a drawer, and then something. So I've been doing that. I've been shifting a lot of stuff, and I've filled one of those containers of confidential rubbish. I've left there a lot of stuff that he's going to throw in the bin thing. So I couldn't throw it away without showing it to David. And the rest of it's come home, and Diane's husband, Jeff, kindly brought it round this morning to the house, and he said, "There you are, your life in a crate." And there it was, a couple of pictures of a book, a lot of memories, which I'll keep. Whatever I've done over 27 years and before that, I couldn't have done it without the support of Joy. She's been wonderful. I've come home with grump many times. I don't want to go over things again, and she put up with that, through my miserableness, and I thank her for that. But really, when it's been necessary, she's been really there as my rock, so thank you very much. So I've only got one job now, really, well, I've got a Manchester job, but for Wigan Council, it's to help me continue to be the best council. That means giving David my absolute full support. He knows whatever he wants from me, he's got it. So good luck, I'll still be here, I'll still be a councillor, and we'll still continue to be the best council.
On behalf of the Council, I wish to place on record thanks to Councillor Smith for his leadership of this Council for the past 27 years. Councillor Smith will continue to represent the residents of the Leigh West Ward. Vote of thanks to the retiring mayors cadets. On behalf of the Council, I wish to place on record thanks to Sergeant Chloe Evans and Sergeant Bradley Turner, who will last year's Mayor's Cadet. I would like to thank them on behalf of the former Mayor for their dedication to the role. Mayor's Cadet, 2018 to 19. I wish to advise you that Sergeant Matthew Sweeney from the RAF Cadets in Leigh has been chosen to be my Mayor Cadet. Can we congratulate him on being chosen for this important role and wish him well for the coming year. Congratulations. Public Finance Innovation Award for 2018. I would like to congratulate the team for the deal, the Communities Investment Fund, who won not once, but twice at the awards. They were successful in 2 categories. This achievement reflects the hard work and the dedication of the officers. Well done to everyone involved. Beyond Wigan Pier Musical. On behalf of the Council, I wish to congratulate all involved in making Beyond Wigan Pier Musical a huge success. It is the first of its kind, a unique community musical about social inequality, about social inequality based upon one of George Orwell's most famous works. Participants from the musical are being invited to perform at the September Council meeting. Well done again to all involved. Mayor's Ball, held on 28th April 2018. On behalf of the previous Mayor, Councillor Bill Clark, can I express thanks to all who were involved in the organisation and to all who attended the ball this year. The event has so far raised approximately £4,000 for the previous Mayor's charity, which were Parkinson's UK and Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Declarations of interest. The Monitoring Officer has provided advice to all members and relevant guidance has been issued. All members are asked to consider other disclosable peculiar interest for the purpose of this meeting, and if there are any personal and prejudicial interests, then they must leave the room at the relevant part of the meeting. Please fill out the relevant form if you need to declare an interest at this meeting and return it to Christie. Councillors elected 3rd of May 2019. Congratulations to all those members who were re-elected on May 3rd, 2018, and a warm welcome to all who were elected as new councillors. Councillor Janet Brown, Richard Clayton, Andrew Collinson, Susan Gambles, Stuart Gerrard, Paul Maiden, Adam Marsh, Anthony Sands and Deborah Wales. Former councillors, none re-elected 3rd of May 2018. On behalf of the council and the people of the borough, I would like to acknowledge the contribution of those former members who were either unsuccessful or who did not seek re-election. I would like to offer our thanks to former Councillor Karen Aldred, David Arrowsmith, Nigel Ash, Richard Garber, Michael Crosby, Debbie Ferris, Anne Rampling, Pam Stewart and Keir State. We paid tribute to the members not seeking re-election at the last council meeting, and so I now invite other members to say a few words in respect of Councillor Karen Aldred, Michael Crosby and Debbie Ferris. Councillor John Harding.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, for allowing me to speak today. Congratulations on your appointment and for my best wishes to yourself and to Alan for the next 12 months. Colleagues, it's with some sadness that I'm making this short speech today. As you're aware, our friend and colleague Karen Aldred was recently unsuccessful in a bid to secure a 5th term as a councillor for the Atherton ward. Karen served the people of Atherton for 14 years, since being elected in 2004. She was a first-class councillor who worked tirelessly for those in her ward. She was a committed, enthusiastic and dedicated councillor who could be relied upon to put 100% into every aspect of her work. She was also extremely tenacious, making sure that where she needed clarity on any point, she would ask pertinent questions and challenge opinion effectively to ensure a complete understanding of the issues before committing herself to a decision. Karen became mayoress when in 2009 her husband Mark was elected to be Mayor of Wigan. In fact, one of the youngest mayors. She took on that role as she did with every other role, with determination, commitment and dignity, ensuring that Wigan was shown in the best possible light to all who came into contact with her. Karen has worked with many community groups over the years, not least of which are the Bridges and Atherton Environmental Projects, or AEP, where she's given many countless hours of service to the community by volunteering for clean-ups, community area improvements and plant sales, to name just a few. She's worked continuously with other volunteers to ensure that the entrance gateway to Atherton is presented in the best possible way, with the creation of the Bluebell Garden, an award-winning community space for all to enjoy. She has been and continues to be involved with the Good Deeds Trust and Dementia Buddy, a charity set up with Mark to deliver a groundbreaking technological solution to keep those with dementia safe from harm. This device has been taken up by Greater Manchester and Lancashire Police and Greater Manchester and Lancashire Fire and Rescue Services. To date, the Trust has secured the safety of over 770 people living with dementia in the Wigan Borough. Their work with those with dementia and their families also extends to running regular dementia cafes and lunches to provide support and enjoyment to all involved. As a councillor, Karen could be relied upon to attend and contribute to meetings to move the community forward, whether that be at council, as part of the council committees such as Confidence Scrutiny Committee, or at local meetings such as the Atherton Business Partnership, or meetings to discuss, form and deliver the draft Atherton Strategic Master Plan, where she came forward with ideas and suggestions to improve the town for the benefit of the business community, residents and visitors alike. Karen was a councillor who never missed any of the Master Plan meetings. Karen's dedication was second to none in her work and also in her campaigning, not only in her own ward, but also by supporting her Labour colleagues in many other wards. She was no doubt extremely disappointed not to have been able to continue as ward councillor for Atherton. But this was, in my opinion, not due to any lack of effort, but was in large part due to the continuous vile and personal misinformation put out about her and her family on social media by a small group of faceless trolls and keyboard warriors. Those people that actually met Karen and needed her assistance were always guaranteed a speedy, compassionate and helpful response with their inquiries, and she worked unstintingly to help with any and every matter that came her way. I'm proud and honoured to work with Karen and to continue to work with her husband Mark and son Martin, all of whom have put tremendous work and effort to better the wards of Atherton and Allerleague. Karen has been a great friend and colleague to me and has given me the benefit of her experience by providing mentoring, advice and support along the way, and I shall miss working with her as my neighbouring ward colleague. I'm sure I speak for all the colleagues when I wish Karen all the very best for the future and say thank you, Karen, for all your work, dedication and commitment to your ward residents, council colleagues and this council. Thank you.
Councillor Fred Walker.
Yeah, just for once, I want to speak as a resident and not as a councillor. Because I live in what was Karen's ward. And I saw the work that she did on a day-to-day basis. And it was impressive. It was really impressive. And it was probably helped by the fact that for many years she worked in a local chemist. So she knew seemed to know every older person in Atherton. Because it was in those days before everything was delivered under restriction. Remember when you had to go and collect it? Remember those bad old days? Well, Karen was there doing it week after week, and she knew all those people, and she knew them well. And in fact, it must have got, eventually they moved her to another chemist out of the borough, because there was a danger, and I saw it going in there, that she was, it was like a surgery going on, and it was just Karen through and through, and she wasn't very good at blowing her own trumpet. That was her biggest failing. But in terms of what she did for our local community, that bluebell that you talked about, if anyone comes in from Bolton into our borough, you can't miss it. It's about 300 yards from where I live. But it's just one of the many little spots around Atherton Ward that Karen's helped to make happen. So she will be missed, and I hope she's back before too long. Thank you.
Councillor Chris Beaton.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to say a couple of words about Mike Crosby. I've served with Mike since about 1999. He's been on a couple of times and kind of lost his seat in that period. But when it used to be Asphalt Standish in Shevington, we worked quite closely. And recently, I went to open some allotments in Shevington, and Mike was there, some of his other ward colleagues. And the ultimate admiration he had from the residents there was a couple of hundred people there. It was a really bad day rain, and everybody spoke really highly of Mike. But I think if there's one criticism I've got of Mike, he never shouted loudly enough about what he did. And I think that when you got into the bones of what he actually did in the war, he was involved in so many things, but people outside didn't know how much he was involved in. He was such a kind of quiet guy, but got on with it, but had total admiration from the people that he represented. And I think that goes a long way when you can get that. And I think at the count, I mean, everybody's disappointed when they lose, but Mike said, I'll be back. That's democracy. There we are, and I'm going to carry on working and doing what I'm doing in the ward, And I think that there again takes a lot of guts for somebody to do that, because you can actually go into Art of the Nation and go, that's it, he's not done that, he's stood back, and I know he'll be helping Paul and our other colleagues in Shevington and all of us who need help within the borough. So I'd like to place my record of thanks for Mike for what he's done in the Shevington area. Thank you.
Councillor Keith Conlon.
I'd just like to record thanks for Karen Aldrin. Nigel Ash, of course, retired this year. He was chair of Falcon and Scrutiny, and Karen was his vice chair. And so Nigel's not here to say what the wonderful support she was to him as vice chair. But one thing about Karen was her interest in health and social care. And you only needed to speak to her for a minute or two to recognise the passion and concern she has for people with dementia. And John outlined some tremendous work her and Mark have done at Atherton around all the work they've done for people with dementia. And it's clearly a passion for us. And that shone through. And so I think Health and Honourable Scrutiny will miss Karen for the contribution she made and what she did in Atherton itself. Just like to say a quick word about Mike Crosby, because what Chris just said is right about Mike Crosby. Mike never blew his own trumpet, but over the last year or two, I've been having discussions. Mike had come to me with some ideas, and some may well come to fruition, over a period of time. But they'll have been initiated by Mike. Mike Crosby never shouts out about what he does, but his input and his ideas and his conversation and putting ideas into your head and starting the process are really important. And I'm sure Mike will be back, just like I say, he's been off and been back before. I'm sure Mike will be back, because actually he cares very much about Shevington. He's well respected in Shevington, and actually did, and still does, a lot of good work in Shevington, and he doesn't shout out about it. And people know that he does, and I'm sure he'll be back. So both Karen and Mike have served this council well in different ways, and I'm sure it won't be long before we see both of them back on these benches. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. By the way, congratulations on your position. I'm hoping to rejoin the committee and give you a lot of support. Because Karen is very practical to children. I'd like to speak about Karen. She's been an excellent councillor. Her community work was excellent. I was approached to ask her about getting rid of Karen in the ward, and I told them point blank she would be a very, very difficult person to beat because of her commitment. And there's something you don't know what she did to me once, and I will never forget it. I was speaking in this town hall 12 months ago, maybe 18 months ago, and she actually rang me up on a personal basis and said what I spoke about was excellent, which I'll never forget. And she'll always thank you. Thank you.
Councillor David Mullen.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Can I use this point really just to welcome everybody who's been recently elected to the council chairman. We had opportunities at the last meeting to say some goodbye to some colleagues who were leaving us and decided not to seek re-election. So there's a lot of new faces across the council chairman. So I'd just like to welcome them here. And particularly say a compliment to all the councillors who didn't make it back, who stood for election. Because it takes some guts sometimes, putting your name down on a piece of paper and then going out there campaigning to get elected. But that shows democracy, how democracy works. And that also shows the responsibility and the privileged position that you've been given to sit in this council chamber. And I hope this year, of all years, Madam Mayor, during your term of office, Michael spoke about it being a theatre. let's make sure we don't turn it into a pantomime. Because out there, those people who have elected you all expect you to treat the meeting with respect and represent them to your fullest ability at all times. When you get that opportunity to do that within this chamber, that is what democracy is about. So a big thank you to all of you who didn't make it back. Big thank you to all of you who chose not to come back. And a big welcome to all of you who are now in this council chamber. And let's make it a municipal year where people talk about the respect and behaviour within this council chamber. Because I think it's most important that we all pull in one direction for the people of this borough. Thank you.
May I ask the council to place on record the service of these former members? Constitutional issues. Election of the executive leader. I call on Councillor Smith to move.
Let's move, Councillor Morgan.
And Councillor Coleman to second the appointment of Councillor D.T. Mullinex as executive leader for the council for the period 2018 to 2022.
I'd like to second, Madam Mayor, that the apprentice take over from the master.
Do any of the members wish to contribute? Councillor Reader.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I will be brief. I just want to echo similar words that I said to the leader earlier on, the outgoing leader, should I say, and the support that the new leader, Councillor Mullinex, give me in times. And I hope I can give them back to him in the situation that David was in. I think David did an excellent job. I think working under Peter for so many years, he's got it. David's been here a long, long time, knows it right. But what he will do is put his own stamp on things. He'll do it differently. He's got Peter there to kind of ring and get whatever. But I'm looking forward to the future. I think it's going to be really a positive with David in there. We'll see changes, Wigan's changing, the borough's changing, and with David at the helm, I think we can look forward to a rosy future in Wigan. So, congratulations to the leader.
I now move to vote on this item. All those in favour, please show. Against? Members of the Cabinet and Committee 2018 to 19. The Council is requested to appoint its committees for the 2018-19 municipal year. Appointments to committee, other than where indicated, must be made either in accordance with political balance rules or under an alternative scheme against which there has been no contrary vote. The nominations include those for chair and vice chair are set out in the report. Since the report has been prepared, a request has been received for Councillor Marsh and Councillor Kay Holton to change places, and so Councillor Marsh will now be nominated to the Children and Young People Scrutiny Committee, and Councillor Holton will become a member of the Confident Council Scrutiny Committee. Councillor Brown would like to take a Wigan independent seat on the Confident Council Scrutiny Committee, and Councillor Brewer has confirmed that he will take up the seat also on the same scrutiny committee. Councillor C. Morgan will be placed by Councillor Talbot, again on the same scrutiny committee. I invite the leader to move all the appointments within the report as per the nominations set out on page 3 to 22 of the supplementary agenda.
Like to move, Madam Mayor.
Can I just come in with the amendment?
Yes, sorry.
Can I just, Madam Mayor, can I just make an amendment to the Member Services Group? And I've always wanted to do this all the years I've been in the chamber. Can I delete Councillor Halliwell? And replace him with Councillor Holland on that start committee. Thank you very much.
I'll miss you, Terry.
Are these seconded?
Like to second.
All those in favour of agreeing the nominations set out in the report and those referred to at the meeting, please show. Against? That is carried. Please note that the monetary training has been arranged for certain committees and that is indicated in the report, and you must attend that training before serving on that committee. Appointments of non-statutory co-opted members to the Council Scrutiny Committee. The Council is recommended to agree with the nominations as set out on page 24 of the Council's agenda. Since the report has been prepared, Hay Parish Council have confirmed that they wish to nominate Parish Councillor Rob Lawson as the Parish Councillor co-optee for Standards Business only to the Audit, Governance and Standard Committee. Rebecca Whitaker and William Anderson have also confirmed that they wish to be nominated for appointment to the same committee as independent co-opted for the Audit and Governance Business only. Are the nominations moved?
Moved, Madam Mayor.
Are these seconded?
Seconded, Madam Mayor.
Do any other members wish to contribute? Leader, do you wish to sum up?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor.
All those in favour of the recommendations set out in the report, please show. Against? Appointments to outside bodies. The Council is requested to make its appointments on outside bodies 2017 to 18 as set out on page 23 to 40 of the supplementary agenda. Political balance rules apply in those cases where it is indicated in the report. Are the nominations moved?
Moved, Madam Mayor.
Are these seconded?
Seconded, Madam Mayor.
Do any other members wish to contribute? Leader, do you wish to sum up? Oh, I do apologise. Councillor Bob Reeler.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm just a bit confused with some of these outside bodies and committees. It states here on the supplementary agenda on page 6, all seating committees cannot be allocated to the same political party group, but yet it seems to be no, in some of these outside bodies, it's all one-sided. There's no vacancies for any other members. What's the situation with that?
Councillor Reeler, would you like to take the officer to explain?
Yes, please.
Councillor, I believe you've already had the communication written to you to explain the situation that you're not obliged to give those seats in the format. We'll explain that to you. If you want to take it up again afterwards, I can show you again what we've already advised you in relation.
It's just confusing. It's just confusing the way.
Well, as I say, we have addressed that with you. I've written to you, and if you want to discuss it afterwards, we can discuss it afterwards.
Do any other members wish to contribute? Do any other members wish to contribute? Leader, do you wish to sum up?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor. Approved.
All those in favour of the recommendations set out in the report? All those against? That is carried. Local authority governors. The Council is requested to approve the nominations for the appointment of school governors, together with the nominations for the reappointment of the existing governor, as set out on page 30 of the Council agenda. Are the nominations and reappointments moved?
Back to move, Madam Mayor.
Are these seconded?
Beg to second, Madam Mayor.
Do any other members wish to contribute? Councillor Jennifer Bullen, which has been taken up. Deputy Leader, do you wish to sum up?
No, thank you.
All those in favour of accepting the recommendations, please show. Against? Councillor Judith Wild. The Council has received notification from the Clerk of the Hay Parish Council informing of the resignation of Parish Councillor Judith Wild for her position on the Hay Parish Church. Health and Social Care Integration. The Establishment Ad Hoc Committee met on Thursday the 17th of May 2018. The minutes of this meeting have been published and are available to members via the Members Gov app. The committee approved the proposal that the Council's Chief Executive be appointed as the accountable officer for the NHS Wigan Borough Clinical Commissioning Group, subject to the relevant NHS approvals. Subsequently, the Chief Executive, Donna Hall, was appointed as single accountable officer for the NHS Wigan Borough Clinical Commissioning Group by the NHS. On behalf of the Council, may I congratulate Donna on her appointment. Thank you. That concludes the business for this afternoon.